Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Live on Tuesday in Pumped Up Parenting. You can also catch this live on YouTube in Pumped Up Parenting with Celia Kibler. And I'm excited to be here and talk about this subject because it is a topic that really, I guess it's kind of a pet peeve for me because it is so destructive and so many parents do it without thought of what it's doing to your child. So we are talking about labeling and calling names. And this is between you and your child. This is even between you and your partner because your children hear that. So before I get started with why you shouldn't do this, and why you need to stop doing it immediately, if not sooner, let's tell you a little bit about me if you're new to my broadcast. I'm Celia Kibler, and I'm a family empowerment coach, the author of Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills and Stop Yelling at Your Kids. And it's right over here. I wrote that book like a manual because parents always go, why don't kids come with a manual? So I wrote one. I also have 3 children's books all about me. Being different is fun. And I am grateful. And you can find them, right there at celiasbooks.com. Okay. So what I do with parents is I create a system. I put a parenting system into place in your home. So you are not flying by the seat of your pants. You actually know how to react and how to act according to most issues that come up. You have a system, you have techniques, you have strategies that will help your children and you to create cooperation, listening skills, happiness, family harmony. You'll break those generational cycles of dysfunction and abuse, like yelling at your kids all the time, and you will start reversing it and start creating a functional family that kids don't have to recover from when they grow up. Wouldn't that be nice if we could create an entire generation of children, of adults, let me say, that don't have to recover from their childhood? Right now, clearly not the case. So it's all about you being intentional, knowing what you need to know, and if you need help, reaching out for it. Help is right around the corner. Me, somebody else you trust, get help for your family. You know, a lot of people reach out for personal therapy, and they have personal therapists for their kids, and they have personal therapists for them. And then all these people that have been through personal therapy come back to a dysfunctional family, and that dysfunction reverses all the work you've done personally. So you really need to create a family that has cooperation, that empowers children, that creates respect and trust, and leads you to family harmony. Okay, enough about that. Now, let's get started with this thing of labeling and of calling names. And if you are see the comment above, there's a link where you can send StreamYard your name. So when you comment, I can see who's commenting. And if you're on with me live, say hi. If you're on the replay, give me a hashtag after party. And please feel free to ask any questions you want. Tag me if you want to tag me, if that helps for me to see it, which it probably will. Okay. So let me make sure everything is streaming well. And we will get started with labeling, calling names. Yes. Okay. We're all good. Okay. So let's talk about this. We want to set up expectations for our children that are positive, that empower them, that encourage them, that give them something to strive for and work for. When you label children, when you call them names, when they hear you doing that to your partner, they are absorbing it. They are taking it as if you're doing it to them. what it does is it sets up a negative expectation for them. So if you are calling, let's put it this way. If you are calling a child a liar and you're saying, why are you lying? Why do you lie all the time? Clearly, they do not lie all the time. That is a generalization. Generalizations usually get people in trouble. So if you're calling them a liar and they're constantly hearing and believing that you think they're a liar, then even when they tell the truth, they will start realizing, why do I bother telling the truth? Because everybody thinks I'm lying. I might as well lie. The same thing happens if you refer to your child as lazy. Why are you so lazy? Get up. They're clearly not lazy all the time. But instead, we're always like, well, why are you so lazy? Then again, we keep calling them lazy. You give them the expectation to live up to of being lazy. So why should they get up and do stuff? Why should they be motivated? They're going to be called lazy anyway. If you or your partner tend to call your children a name or each other a name, or maybe you were called a name as a child, put that in the comments. Let's address it. I know my stepchildren, they were called little shits all the time. When they're growing up, they used to tell us. So if you're going to call somebody a little shit, you know what they're going to grow up to believe is that they are a little shit. That they're going to believe as adults that they are shit. That they are no good. Kids that are labeled all the time, that are called names, they don't grow up hating the people doing it. They grow up hating themselves. I'm good for nothing. I can do nothing right. I'm lazy. I'm a liar. I'm crappy. I'm whatever it is. I'm a bad kid. How many of you have kids that think they're the bad kid? They're the ones, you got a couple kids in your family, and they're the ones always getting in trouble. And they feel like they do nothing right. And they feel like they're expected to be the bad kid, so they might as well be bad. There is nothing confirming the good stuff they do. No one is telling them, hey, you did a really great job helping out with that. Thank you. I really appreciated it. All anyone is noticing is the behavior, the choices that they make that are not so good. If that's all you're noticing of your child, guess what? They're growing up believing they're the bad kid. They believe I'm the one that does nothing right. And they will take that through life. They will go to school and get in trouble. They will go to work and get in trouble. They will constantly live that expectation of being the bad kid. Do you really want the child you gave birth to, the one that you had all these hopes for? Do you really want that child growing up hating themselves? That's why there's such a problem in this society of substance abuse and suicide, because people grow up hating themselves. They hate themselves because of the way their childhood was. They might have been bullied by a parent. If you're concerned about bullying, guys, I'm doing a masterclass next week, Thursday night. Spend a little bit of money and find out about bullying, all about it, what it is, how you can help your child. What if they're the bully? What do you do then? It's happening around your child all the time, and maybe even in your home. Invest a little money on your education so that you can invest knowledge helping your child. If you're interested in the masterclass, Put a hashtag masterclass in the comments. Send me a message. We'll send you the link to get registered. Don't miss these important ways of getting to be a wiser, smarter, a more intentional parent. These are things we have to do because we're doing the most important job in the world. We're raising another adult. We're raising the next generation. When you look at the news and you get aggravated at these young kids shooting people and doing all these destructive behaviors, look at them and think, what kind of parents do they have? Say that again. Say what again? Sorry, guys, you have to give me a hint because I say so much, I don't remember. So I'll say it again if you want, if you kind of hint to me what I said to begin with. But look at these kids. Whenever I see a school shooting, I see young kids joining gangs, all I think about is how that child could have been raised better if their parent had known what they didn't know. If you don't know what you don't know, that can't be held against you. But if you don't make the effort to learn what you don't know, that can be. That is totally whose fault? Your fault. We have got to make the world a better place, and we do that one by one. We do that with the way you decide to raise your child. The intention you take in creating a child who is happy, who is confident, who feels good about themselves and knows that they're worthy of success and love and happiness. That's how we change the world. We don't go, wow, why can't these people understand? Why can't they get it right? Why can't people talk to each other? Why can't they do this? Why can't? Or maybe you're like, we should have done this. We should have done that. We should have done that. You should have, all over yourself. Stop regretting and start taking action. If you're doing something right now that you know is negatively affecting your child, stop. Be willing to learn how to stop. I'm on a mission to stop 1 million parents from yelling at their kids. I do it because it is so damaging to a child. A family I work with, their biggest problem going on right now with their children are the effects they have as teenagers from being constantly yelled at as children. That's their biggest problem. You've got to be willing to learn better, know better. The bullying course I'm doing a week from Thursday will help you know everything you need to know. What if your child goes online and without realizing it gets bullied by somebody and is so sad and depressed and in their room, and you go, what's going on? Nothing, because they're embarrassed to tell you, because they feel like, oh, I must be what these people say I am. Do you want that for your child, or do you want to know how to help them? If you are calling your child names and labeling and constantly being negative towards your child, that's bullying. You're bullying your child. You're a bigger person, a person that has more control over another person, and you are using that to your advantage instead of teaching your child with respect, helping them to understand, letting them know that you want to hear their opinion too, encouraging them to take participation in their own rearing. That's what you should be doing as a parent. Setting up limits and boundaries because they show love and comfort. Not just letting your kids do anything and be anything. That's chaos to a child. And then yelling at them for acting stressed out and chaotic. When you don't have a schedule or routines or any kind of limits and boundaries in place to help them and guide them through their days. If you're calling your child names, you need to stop it right now. If you're calling your partner names and you're like, well, I call him names, but I don't call my child names, or I call her names, but I don't call my child names. If they hear that, they will absorb it. They will take it to heart, just like you're calling them a name. Just like it. I used to feel like I was so stupid. And a lot of it is because my dad, as wonderful as he was, would call my mother stupid and call her an idiot. Never called me stupid or an idiot. But I heard that. And because it was my mother, I absorbed it as if it was me. Don't make excuses. Take action. If you don't know how, reach out to me, to someone else that can help you. Reach out. Learn what you don't know. Learn to be the best parent you can be, the best role model for your child. You should be the kind of person you want your child to be. And whatever you're doing, if it's causing your child to get in trouble because it's something you taught them, stop doing it. Why are you yelling at them for something they learned from you? You're the role model. You need to get informed. You need to become intentional. You need to decide this stops with me. My son does not lie all the time. Let's talk to him about the times he's telling the truth and praise him for it. My daughter is not lazy all the time. She got up last night and did the dishes. Did you say anything to her? Tell her how you appreciate her help. Make her realize, you know what? I can help out. I'm not lazy all the time. If you're labeling your child, stop labeling them. They will only live up to what your expectations are, positive or negative. If they're being labeled, guess what? They're going to grow up to live up to that label. And then you're going to be like, oh, this kid's been lazy all their life. But you never encouraged them not to be. And you never complimented them or praised them or let them know that you noticed when they weren't being lazy. Change your way of thinking. Is it easy? No, it's not always easy. Is it worth it? 1,000%. Wouldn't it be nice to turn your child around and they weren't lazy and they helped out without being asked? It can happen. It will happen. You got to be willing to change. And no time like the present. Okay, guys. So I hope you understand how damaging this is. Your child is not going to grow up to hate you. They're going to grow up to hate themselves. Let's create a generation together that loves themselves, that believes in themselves, that believes in their family, their community, and what they can do to make this world a better place. Any questions, reach out. Post in the comments if you want to join the masterclass on bullying next Thursday. #bullying. And I will send you information, or reach out. Just send me a message and we'll get you the information. Parents in our Tranquility Tribe, they get free masterclasses every single month. And they are always of incredible value to you becoming the best parent you can be. Stop feeling like a bad parent. Start feeling like an awesome one. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. And as always, I wish you days filled with peace, love, Tons of laughter. Laugh more. Stuff is funny. It's really the best medicine. I'll see you here next time in Pumped Up Parenting and around the web. Bye-bye, everyone.